Art of Rally has been out for just over 3 years now, and Fun Selector Labs Inc. have been adding periodic free updates to the game, to adding new rallies and stages, new cars, camera options, quality of life features. And although I reviewed this game when it came out and gave it a glowing review then, the current state of the game now is even better, and it's one of the top tier indie style racing games that's out there, and I'd recommend it to anyone that enjoys a racing game. Art of Rally Australia is the first paid DLC pack for the game though, and it comes with 6 new stages, which double out to 12 because you can do forward and reverse for each, 4 new cars, 1 new free roam area, and 2 new music tracks for the soundtrack. The main chunk of this game, DLC pack that you'll be paying for and enjoying the most, is the stages though, and they're on the easier end of the Art of Rally stages from my perspective, and that's because the Australian tracks are largely quite open road, mixture of tarmac and dirt, but they have this kind of long sweeping corner style to them, but there's some deceptiveness to the way how those corners slowly tighten in the second half of a corner, and so you'll get, if you're not paying attention, and I certainly wasn't because I was just enjoying the flow of playing this game, you'll quite easily find yourself having to do a quick stamp on the brake late on in a corner where it just tightens on the late apex. And you're like, no, if you're not paying attention. And that pops up time and time again across half, if not more, all of these stages. 2 stages, the Lake Lucerne and Wombamoura stages, have a few more technical elements to it where you've got some 90-degree corners or some chicanes, and those tight 90-degree corners are often heavily populated with buildings and or hay bales, so you have to be exacting when you go down those. However, largely this is a put it to the floor and try and keep your car in the narrow dirt road and enjoy the speed of Art of Rally as you go down these stages. As always, you can choose the weather, the day, night time, just like you can with all of the other tracks in the game, and these tracks just suit and fit into the rest of the game really, really nicely. The free roam area is also quite cool too. It's quite extensive, quite large, and the vistas made me giggle because they're largely inflatable versions of kangaroos and emus, which also made me laugh when I hit them in the actual Australian stages because they act like wooden toys, because they don't jump out of the way like the people, you just clonk into them and stop dead. And I was like, oh, soz kanga. The 4 new cars are largely very fun to drive. They all have an inherent understeer to them, so they're fun to manhandle round these quite fast circuits because they're on a knife edge, because, again, going back to that tight late apex on a long radial corner, when you've got cars that understeer too, you can really overcompensate, and that's what I was finding. So there's a real challenge with mashing up the 4 new cars to the 6 new tracks. And I in particular had fun with the key truck because that has a laziness to it that just felt fun to try and manhandle and wrestle around. Alongside that, 2 new tracks that get added onto the soundtrack too, which feature a didgeridoo. So what more do you want? This is a great new DLC pack. If you enjoy Art of Rally, frankly, this is a no-brainer and I'd recommend it straight out the box. If you've never played Art of Rally before and you like what you see, I simply recommend getting the total package of this plus the main game and you won't be disappointed. Thumbs up from me. Just don't hit Skippy.